Good morning, everybody. It's really nice to be here today. So let me start off with a question to you. Who here feels like paperwork is slowing them down? And I won't ask for a show of hands because I don't think anyone's going to raise their hands. And don't get me wrong, I think having defined business process absolutely matters. It brings structure, it brings transparency, it brings safeguards and controls. But what we really don't want is for our processes to become part of the problem. And I think that's where too many of us find ourselves today. We're just drowning in paperwork. And at the end of the day, what that means is that it's jeopardizing the very process that we're trying to protect. So let me show you what that looks like. On any given day, our disbursement team at AIIB can receive requests for funding up to 200 pages long. Now that can include the withdrawal application, it can include the statement of expenditures, it can include the contract summary reports, invoices, payment certificates, interim payment certificates, bank reconciliations, bank statements, and so much more. Now this doesn't just slow us down at the bank, it slows our clients down as well. And really, when we think about that, it's the time, it's the money and the projects, and the delay affects all of us. And when you think about the impact on efficiency, it can be absolutely crippling. So today isn't so much about AIIB, it's very much about what this means for our clients. And when your teams are dealing with this much hard copy paperwork, they're carrying the burden, and it's a really, really heavy one. If you think about the project management unit levels that we have here, there is a huge amount of effort from those teams to prepare and collate and put together all the supporting documentation we just mentioned. Then comes the manual send-off. There's a manual posting effort to the relevant ministries. And again, there's a manual review, there's an internal distribution, there's a physical handoff. And all of that delay is before it even reaches us at AIIB. And when we get the documentation, that huge pile of supporting documentation, we have to unstaple it, we have to scan it, we have to file it, we have to circulate it for internal review and approval as well. Now that's a lot of effort for just one withdrawal application. So if you can think what that now looks like and visualize what that looks like across the entire AIIB sovereign standalone portfolio. So that's affecting close to 20 borrowing members, maybe 100 projects, and we're talking about 500 withdrawal applications a year. Now that's not just administrative overhead, that's time and money and impact which is all stuck in transit. So you can start to see why AIIB has invested in a solution. A solution that was designed for our clients, one that's tailored, digital, and built for scale. One that's already accelerating the flow of billions of dollars to our projects. And when we looked for an off-the-shelf solution, we were reminded that the multilateral development space is a very, very niche industry. And it's complicated. It's sovereign-driven, it touches multiple ministries, it has decentralized project teams, it has country-specific workflows. And when you add to that the different disbursement modalities, the different specific budgetary control mechanisms, there just wasn't an off-the-shelf solution that could do what we wanted the system to do, that we could roll out to our clients with the speed and the security that we wanted. So in the end, we had our answer. We had to build it ourselves. So let me introduce you to the AIIB Client Portal, or what we refer to as the ACP. Now, the ACP isn't just a tool that we launched. The ACP is actually a response to a very simple question. What would make life easier for our clients? Now, whether you're a project team trying to fast-track a disbursement, you're a ministry trying to track disbursements across multiple projects, or you're a key stakeholder trying to monitor results, the ACP gives you the visibility and control, and hopefully what I want to say is that it gives you your time back as well. So the ACP essentially supports the electronic submissions of withdrawal applications for our projects. It supports the uploading of all of that supporting documentation into one central, easy-to-reference place in digital format. It tracks disbursements through the client-customized workflows step by step, so you get full transparency through the disbursement process. And it provides you with project-level reports, loan-level reports, and a suite of other financial reports as well. And when we built the ACP, security was a very, very big concern for us. So all of the client user access is supported by two-factor authentication. And there's a suite of training material and help desk support for whenever you need it. I think it's important to go back to the beginning when we started this journey together. So we started small. We started with a very small pilot project in 2024, and we were targeting just 4 countries. Now, if you fast forward today, I think we've made fantastic progress. We've onboarded 11 countries, which is impacting about 60 loans, and we now have about 100 external client users registered in the system. And if you look at our target for this year, we hope by the end of this year to have mainstreamed the ACP across the entire sovereign standalone project. So that's our ambitious target this year, and I think we're very, very close to being on track to meeting that target. I think it's interesting to talk about the benefits of ACP and really what's changed. And it's not just the interface, it's not just the format. The most significant difference to the ACP has been the reduction in the withdrawal application processing time. So by digitalizing the disbursement process, by completely eliminating mailing time, some of our clients are now seeing that the disbursement time has been reduced by weeks. Now, for some of our projects, that's up to 50% faster for their projects to access funds. And if you're a ministry trying to align their budgets, or you're a project agency under pressure to deliver, that time saving isn't just abstract, it's a real and immediate benefit. I think going digital is helping to get liquidity to our projects faster, and I really hope that it's strengthening AIIB as a development partner of choice. But we haven't just stopped at the basics with ACP. The ACP is continuing to get faster, smarter, and I hope more helpful. It's evolving, and it's evolving to help you keep things on track and to stay ahead of your deadlines as well. So in 2025, we're going to be expanding the scope of the ACP. The ACP, you'll be able to upload now directly additional financial documents. So things like the project audit reports, interim financial statements, all directly uploaded into the portal, all in one place, all easy to reference. We're also going to be interfacing and connecting the ACP to AIIB's procurement system. So finally, supplier contracts with the disbursement request finally will be able to talk to each other, and they'll be part of the same smooth process. And the ACP is going to be helping you with smart notifications that you actually need. So upcoming loan repayments, or if there's a key milestone, something like a loan closing date, the ACP is going to keep you informed and keep you up to date so that you won't miss any of those key milestones. Again, I think the question we keep coming back to is what would make life easier for our clients? Now, the ACP is a platform that we built together, and we're committed on improving together. So whether you're one of our clients that's already been onboarded onto the platform, what we want is your feedback to help us shape the direction of the platform moving forward. And if you haven't been onboarded yet, then I'm going to be reaching out to you in the next couple of weeks, and we're going to agree a timeline of something that's going to work for you so that we can get you on the platform as soon as possible. But in the meantime, of course, you can always reach us at any time with the email addresses on the slides behind me. I think it's fair to say we built the ACP because working with AIIB, it shouldn't be about fighting with paperwork. The AIIB, or at AIIB, delivering the finance is really only part of our mission. It's just as important that we provide practical, innovative solutions for our clients to maximize development impact. And the ACP is just one of those solutions. So as a member of the project team, it's incredibly rewarding for me to be able to hear and to see what our clients are saying about their experience with the ACP. So on the ground in Turkey, in Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, the message is really clear. They're saying that working with the ACP is streamlining their processes, it's improving efficiency, and it's changing the working relationship that they have with AIIB. And to use their own words, that working relationship is becoming more modern, more empowering, and more collaborative. Today, I'm really happy to be able to welcome to the stage Miss Yan. Now, Miss Yan, as we've heard before, is working in the Ministry of Finance, and she's managing loans and grants, particularly for IFIs and for foreign governments. But she's also playing a leading role in the AIIB Finance project, the Liaoning Green and Smart Public Transport project. So please help me in welcoming to the stage Miss Yan, and she'll give you some experience from her side of what it's like to work with ACP as a tool. So Miss Yan, please.
Thanks, David. My name is Yan Jiaqi, and I worked with the Finance Department of Liaoning Province in northeast China. When we first started working with the AIIB in 2020, we were excited, but also navigating new territory. Liaoning was one of the first provinces to access solving financing through AIIB. Since then, we've received about 130 million euro, and now we are preparing 2 more projects with a total value of up to $400 million. But today, I'd like to talk less about the financing, but more about what we've learned to manage it better. When you are running infrastructure projects at provincial level, there's a lot at stake. There's pressure to make it right, to deliver clean documentations, to meet timelines, and stay aligned with both national requirements and international standards. And back when we started, all of this was done the traditional way. We'd prepare our loan without requests on paper, email back and forth for every revision, print and mail the signed copies of contracts and invoices. Tracking payment status means you have to ask someone to make a phone call, send another email, and then wait for a reply. We managed it, but it was time-consuming, and more importantly, it pulled the attention away from where it should be, on getting the projects undelivered on the ground. So that's why the introduction of the AIIB Client Portal really stood out. For us, it was not just as a software rollout, it was a shift in how we work. Suddenly, we can submit our requests digitally, upload all our documents in one place, and no more guessing where things stood or digging through inboxes for status updates. The information was right there on screen. Even for our newer staff, those who haven't worked on the AIIB's projects before were able to pick it up quickly. And when we do need help, the AIIB's team has been quick to respond, whether it is a technical question or a system tweak we think would help. And the added security measures, like two-factor authentication, gave us peace of mind. But what made the biggest difference was speed. What used to take weeks now moves in days. For me, one of the quiet successes of this portal is that it has made changed our work together internally too. When the process is clearer and faster, coordination improves. People are more confident, more efficient, and a little bit less stressed. We've gone from chasing paperwork to focusing on delivery. For us, of course, we still have ideas on how to make the system even better. A multilingual interface would go a long way, especially for the teams less comfortable working in English. And more direct support, like live chat or phone lines, could help solve the issues even faster. But overall, we see the AIIB Client Portal not just as a tool, but as a signal of where the development finance is headed, toward great transparency, better collaboration, and real-time responsiveness. We are proud to be part of this portal and to be part of this shift. And the portal has made our partnership with the AIIB smoother, more productive, and frankly, more human. It helped us spend less time on process and more time on purpose. And that, to me, is what good infrastructure finance should feel like. Thanks, everyone. And now back to David.
Thank you for those very kind words, Ms. Yan. That's the end of the presentation for the ACP Client Portal.